Do you ever find yourself with more milk than equipment or space? That's my challenge today. So instead of making multiple batches, I'm making one massive cheese outside and using simple buckets, a hot water wash, and a DIY mold. Fingers crossed this works. So the main problem is the milk. How do you get all the milk that's in the fridge to be heated to the right temperature, and then the milk that my son is bringing in from the cows to be at the same temperature? So what I'm doing is just heating the milk that was on the fridge, all those buckets of milk, to about 90 degrees. The milk will come in from the cow about 90 degrees. That's 6 gallons. I have 10 gallons in here, so 8 gallons in the pot, 4 and 4 and 5 gallon buckets. And hopefully it's all going to be similar temperatures. Almost every cheese requires the same basic steps. And I've distilled these steps down into what I call the cream method. Stage 1 is adding the cultures, which in this case are the yogurt and the clabber. Typically I use just clabber culture, which is what I have right here. This is from yesterday. It smells delicious, but I need 4 cups of culture because I have 16 gallons of milk. So I'm also going to be using 2 cups of homemade yogurt. I'm going to combine them so I get them all distributed evenly between all the different buckets of milk. I need help carrying this big thing out.
Mom, stop lowering it down so much.
Sit on the hot pad. There we go. Thank you. Am I at 4? Tell me when.
When?
Perfect. Okie dokie, 90 degrees. This is the fresh milk that just came in. 95, okay. That came in warmer than I thought. And then this one is mixed. This is at 91, 92. So this pot is the lowest temp of all. Oh, it's at 91, 92. All basically between 92 and 94 degrees. Then I'm gonna add the culture. 1 cup, 1 cup, 2 cups. So let's ladle in 1 cup worth, 1 cup worth, 2 cups. Because this is raw milk, you do not have to wait for this to ripen. It saves a lot of time. And then for the Arv cream, I added the rennet. So for the 8 gallons, it's 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon for each of these. Dilute each of them with a little bit of water. And then I'm going to stir each one in fully before doing the next because I do not want it to set up. All right, and I'm going to let these set for about 45 minutes. And then we'll come back in and begin stirring and washing. All right, time to check for the clean break. Looks pretty good. Yep, that's nice. Also beautiful. And this one is also beautiful. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut these curds and then I'm going to stir them. I'm just gonna move between the kettles because even though recipes say you're supposed to stir the curds constantly, you actually can let them rest a little bit, go on to the next one, do the next one. You don't have to be stirring all the time generally, which I'm definitely not gonna be doing today. Let me pick off the dirt. I see a few little specks. It doesn't really matter. I already washed my hands, so I'm just breaking this up with my hands because I want this to be as bare bones as possible. The E of cream is the big process. We are extracting the moisture. This is a large chunk of the work time. All right, I'm gonna start removing some of the whey so I can wash these cheeses. I want to catch as much whey as possible before I start washing the cheeses so that I can make a ricotta. Because when you start diluting the whey, it's not going to yield as much. I'm going to stir these up a little bit more to release more of the moisture. This one is so much cooler than the others. I wonder if I could pour some of this off. No, it's going to fall in. Stop! Oh, caught it. But you know, this piece of dirt there, so I'm going to do that. Because when you work outside, you can do these things. Hey, hon, can you help me for a second? Darling, hold this here. I'm gonna see if I can dump to get some of this whey off. Thank you. It used to be that people made cheese in wooden barrels that couldn't be placed over the fire. So to heat and then cook the curds, they added hot water to the barrels after first removing some of the whey, which, because I can't heat plastic buckets on the stovetop, is the technique that I am using today. I'm gonna heat this one up first because it is coolest. Ouch, don't pour it directly in your hand, that's stupid. When I normally make Gouda, I only raise the temperature to about 101 degrees. But because this is a mega cheese, I want to be able to age it longer. So this means I need to bring the curds to a higher temp and then cook them longer to dry them out more, because less moisture means that the cheese will be better prepared for aging longer. So for this cheese, I'm going to raise the temperature to approximately 108 degrees. There's nothing magic about this number, it's just higher. Because here's the thing about making your own cheese, people. The sky is the limit. You can do whatever you want. You can make up your own cheese, mix your own cultures, change the target temp, make the cheese outside. Seriously, the sky is the limit. Now I'm going to start bringing these up temp a little bit more seriously. Need to get these to 108. This one's 102. That one's 98. This is 104. This is 104. My hand's doing really good at getting these the same temperature. It's 105. Okay, so I'm going to need to dump off, and I'm going to need more hot water. You know what? These two buckets could be combined, can't they? I'm covered. Oh my gosh, can you bring me a rag? Well, that happened. I'm actually gonna put some of these curds into this one because this is too full. That's the reason you make cheese outside. So this is matting together because I'm not stirring constantly, so I have to keep getting in here. And I do think I can dump off this and get it all into this. Now protect me somehow.
Well, just
And I consolidated. Okay, we're at 104, so I'm gonna scoop off a little bit more away and then cook these curds longer. This is feeling done and it's feeling hot. I'm getting sweaty now. It's 106, so I'm going to crank it up to 108, 110. All right, we got to 109. So we're at the temp, and now you stir it for another 15 to 30 minutes, but this is feeling already quite done. I mean, I'm getting these big lumps where they're matting together like that. So I keep breaking them apart, but they feel done on the inside. They feel kind of this dry, sandy-ish. Not as dry as it is on the Parmesan, but it's still pretty dry. And they're quite small, which I wanted because this is a longer aged cheese and I want the curds to be cooked more. So let's see how this is when you squeeze it. Oh yeah, look at that. And it just crumbles apart nicely. Let's test one curd and see if it bounces. Does it bounce? Oh yeah, nice bounce. They're sweet. It tastes so good. Okay. These are cooked through. I'm gonna let this rest for 5 minutes while I prep the press. This is stage 4 of cream assembling. So now we have to get this into the press, which is gonna take a bit of finagling. Can you help me pour? This would be easier if we poured. There you go. Oof! I need my collars. We're gonna have fun. So much fun. Come on, Mega Mama, let's do this. So for this mold, this is just one of our food grade safe 2-gallon buckets that he drilled holes in one time when I was in an emergency of needing to have a bigger mold because I was making double the batch of Parmesan. Yes, it's gonna be inside the thingy. All right, it's only been a couple minutes, but I want to flip this right away because I'm not even pressing it yet. But you can see that this is wider at the top than the bottom. So I want to turn this while it's still malleable so that it will fit down inside. Plus, I'm gonna make a huge mess with all these crumbs that have fallen out. I'm just gonna tie it back up over, wrap it. I'm gonna just flip the whole thing over. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, this is gonna rest for a little bit and then I'll flip it again. It's on its own weight. There's so much weight here that I don't really need to be pressing it at this point. I'm just gonna let it form itself. We've always used my regular mold follower on top of here, but there's a gap around it so the cheese oozes up around the side, which is not a problem. You can cut that off, but it would be nicer to have a follower that actually goes out to the edge so I don't have that problem. This is my regular follower from my other mold, and this is the lid of one of these buckets. Even though it's bigger than this, it's still not big enough.
In case anyone wonders, microplastics are delicious. I shouldn't have done that. I went too fast. Oh well.
You have to clean it up now.
Well, yeah.
Towards your belly. What an idiot.
Why do you think I have a Band-Aid?
Oof, it's heavy. Look at this. It does have a lip round, but that's gonna get worked in. Oh, it's getting slumpy. I gotta move quick. It's starting to sloop and it's losing its form. All right, y'all, it's time to weigh it and to start brining it. Look how the lip, it kind of worked its way down in here. So there's a slight edge to it, but it's not bad. But mostly it kind of melded in. This is a nice smooth rind. All right, let's weigh this. I'm not at all confident that my scale will measure something this big. Error. Oh, how am I gonna weigh this? You guys. 16 pounds, 6.7 ounces. I said I was gonna make a 16-pound cheese and I did. Wow. So none of my kettles are big enough for this, mama. So I'm gonna just combine my 2 gallons of brine I have here. Yes, it covers it. Whew. Stay upright, buddy. Oh, this is funny. 16-pound cheese, y'all. Stay upright. What is wrong with you? Too much on that side? There. This is supposed to be brined for about 4 hours per pound of cheese. At 16.6 pounds, that is 64 hours. 72 hours is 3 full days. So I'm just gonna say 3 full days. So this is Sunday morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, first thing, I'll get this out of the brine. And I'll flip this partway through. But holy heck, people. This is the biggest cheese I've ever made. This is a mega cheese. I am so excited. It's rotated. It fell over on its side. Just gonna let it be. Oh, it smells so good. I can't lift this out though. Can somebody help? It's gonna drop. Holy heck, that's heavy. Look at that. It goes spoosh, spoosh, spoosh. I guess it's gonna have to be air dried in the cheese cave. I don't know why you have to air dry something if you wash cheese in the cave all the time. I'm just gonna put this straight in the cave. Now this is stage 5 of the cream method, maturing the cheese. It's getting all furry, except right there it was on the board. So we're gonna brush this down the outside. Today, we are cutting into the mega cheese. So it has been out there, it's just being flipped. It is regular, normal. It looks green. This is why they say cheeses look green. Green moon and green cheese. It smells musty and basementy. Actually, it smells a little bit peppery too. I'm going to scrub this off and then we're gonna cut into it. Whew, I'm tired. This is rough, like almost like concrete up here. This feels slick, like maybe there's bee linens or something. Just stickiness. Let's call it bee linens. So now we're gonna just let it dry a little bit. Whew. All right, well, we're waiting for this to air dry. Let's weigh it and see what we're at. 13 pounds, 15 ounces. So it has lost 2 pounds since brining and then aging. That is a lot of moisture gone. So we are going to cut this with this knife, and I understand that this makes a lot of you extremely nervous. Let me tell you, if I do cut my hand in this, I will not show that footage, so you're safe. And secondly, if there's any, what are they called? Cheese sword manufacturers out there, or people who have the wire to cut the cheese, any of you want to partner with me, now is your chance. Send me something good so I don't cut myself. This is gonna be hard, but I'm gonna go straight down through. Everybody can be quaking and scared right now, because that's really sharp. How am I gonna do this? I'd like to cut straight down this way, but I can't, because my hand can't go down. And I can't go this way, because then I don't have any leverage. And if I go this way, I have to work my way. What ideas do you have?
I don't have any idea other than just brute force.
Like this way you think is easiest? Like doing like a piece of pie?
Think you can do it?
I don't know.
I would maybe try for a piece of pie.
Oh my gosh. You do it. Go the whole way through.
Yeah.
You can do a quarter piece of pie if you want. Just make sure you get to the center. Ooh.
That's really uncomfortable.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. Smells really good. Hey y'all, I want you to see, this is a sweet Rockland from a long time ago. It's very old, but it was probably 7-8 gallons worth of milk. That's what it compares to this. And right here is a Lady Zella, and this was also probably 7 or 8 gallons of milk. So you can see how much larger this bucket cheese is. It is massive in comparison. I know it's not massive in comparison to what you see in the cheese companies and stuff, because their cheeses, of course, are in huge molds. But for home cheesemaker, this is huge. First, I want to examine the paste. You can see how it's darkened around the edge. That is where the rind is. That's where it's dried out the most. This inside, it's like pretty firm. It does have a little give to it, but it is not squishy or soft. There's lots of little mechanical holes in here, maybe a little bit of gas. It's all good stuff. Gorgeous yellow color, might I say. Bendy and elasticy. It's very creamy, very soft, very mild. Right away, I'm detecting a little bit of sandiness, but not really. I don't know what that is. Here's some of the rind. It's not basement funk. I washed all that off. It's like a little bit of something aging, but it's not bad. Going along the edge here. So this now is going to be a little bit more dry because it was at the edge of the rind. It's delicious, but there's something with that texture. Hey, Nicholas, come taste this for me. It looks really creamy. Like, look how wrinkly that is. Like, it's just like creamy, creamy butteriness.
What is it?
It's just the cheese. Made it in the bucket outside, remember? Mm-hmm. Does the texture taste gritty to you?
Not really.
I think it's really good.
It is pretty good.
It makes a perfectly decent cheese. There's nothing shocking about it, nothing weird, nothing thrilling. It's just a good cheese that was made in a bucket. When you're used to making cheese, it's just cheese. I always like undersell these. I don't have to cut off the rind, but I'm gonna slice off either end. It looks really pretty. It smells yummy, yummy, yummy. What's the easiest way to do this? Like this, maybe. Here, you wanna cut for me, Nicholas? I can't do it. I need a sponsor. I need a cheese sword. There we go. No mold has made its way into the cheese, which is splendid. Oh my gosh, it really is hard. Whew. Breathe. This is a lot of cheese. No cuts. We didn't do the melt test. Hang on. I can tell right now that this is gonna melt very, very well. So let's take this piece. Just do a thick slab to melt. Yeah, that's a pretty good melt. So this is a cross between a Gouda and an Alpine style cheese. If I left it age longer, it'd get more like a, not a Parmesan, but something in that family probably. It's really good. There's nothing crazy spectacular about it aside from a workhorse of a cheese. So when you have a lot of milk and you want to like preserve it fast, this method is splendid. You can have cheese for years. That's yummy. So I'm deciding to call this cheese bucket cheese because I made it in a bucket. You can do all kinds of cheeses in a bucket outside as long as they're washed curd, raising them and heating the temperature. That way you can get a whole bunch of milk, make one giant cheese, save yourself time. If this cheese proves anything, it's that you do not need perfect equipment to make delicious cheese. You need experience, and the fastest way is to learn from someone who's already made the mistakes. So in this next video, I share 18 lessons that will save you a lot of guesswork. So watch that next, and happy milk slinging.